What happened? Hey, love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're up just telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are uplifting, just give you good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through trying times at the moment and needing spiritual guidance or confirmation or validation towards life path, even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share in social media favorites, whatever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is always appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the video I'm doing today is, let me see, Twin Flame 101. Twin Flame 101 are being your spiritual tree, connect with your roots, grow, dive in deep, and know it's time to let go. There are so many different things that are taking place, within your life. It's just like your lives did a total 360. There may be different things that you may be still dealing with that may be a struggle that you're trying to find out within yourself. You're trying to find yourself, the whole aspect of yourself. There's always, I remember I used to get aggravated when people were like, do you even know who you are? And sound like something from Lion King or something dealing with Rafiki or anything like that. And I'm like, I know who I am. I'm me. How would I not? I can't, just step up my body and say, I just don't want to deal with you right now. Like, what you doing? No, I don't want to deal with you right now. No, I know. But there are so many different parts of myself I wasn't aware that was even there. A lot of times we may be going through heaviness to where we feel like we don't have the strength, we don't have the confidence or the faith or the patience to really be getting through these things. And it's like everything that is taking a spotlight in your life is giving you that front seat. As long as you're allowing yourself to drive it, not your wounds, not your egos or your uncertainty, just anything that's holding you at a shaky frequency. And these are the things you're being able to be taught about yourself through traumatic experiences, clearing karmic episodes within your life that are taking place. You get to see, yes, these situations may be hard. I'm still going, I'm still allowing myself to move forward, but there are certain things I'm not aware of. I'm very, wanting to know. A lot of times we feel like we got to know everything from point A to point B to point C, and and so forth and so forth. But source, creator, God, universe always tell us, trust us. Okay. If it's somebody else like on the street trying to give you directions, you never know what you're getting. But if the universe is guiding you, there is, where you truly need to be. So it's allowing you or, wanting you to dive deep, knowing what makes you tick, what makes you happy. Oh, excuse me. I've been drinking a lot of water, y'all. Know what makes you happy. What's your highs? What's your lows? What gets you going? Your creative engine just flowing, riving, and these are all the things that's taking place that they want you to truly connect with things that truly inspire you. Like lately I've been doing a lot of singing and dancing and stuff like that. And I mean, even though my body gets feeling and I feel good for doing that, because it's like a lot of times where certain things just not going my way, or there are certain things that I'm just tired of dealing with. So instead of allowing myself to focus on the things that are strengthening me in that way, while I allow myself to see it as being a strength that is helping me through heaviness of circumstances, situations, or whatever, but being able to change the perception of how I choose to look at it. It's like, girl, this stuff is giving you strength, is giving you wisdom, is giving you knowledge. Magic within yourself is constantly going through changes within your life, because you're allowing yourself to change the focus, not on the negative of the narrative, but the endless possibilities of positivity, of nourishing yourself, abundance on all forms, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. Within yourself, there's so many different things. I try not to allow myself to focus on what I don't have, and just be grateful for what I do have. When we start being grateful for every little thing that comes into our life, I love my me time. When it gets so quiet, it's like, even with my cats, my little fur babies, that's all my only little babies I got right now, because all my other babies are grown. But it gets quiet, I'm like, what's that? And it's very relaxing to be able to have a space within yourself, because I know I've came a long way, because it's like about 5 or 6 years ago, it was before I truly understood what was going on, because so many different things was unfolding in my life, and I was already going through a nervous breakdown around that time anyway. But I was basically it was preparing me for what I was going through, because it was like, had my hysterectomy, lost my mind, then it was parent done passed away, and then all this truth came out. Floodgates of keeping it real just came and just knocked me all out. But then it allowed me to change how I was looking at things, of closing an emotional cycle, because I always felt like I always had to constantly have people around me all the time. I didn't validate myself. I didn't feel like I was important until I had a connection with people, and not knowing the best connection is with yourself. So if I allow myself to look at all the different things that came into my life, we can constantly talk all day, girl, I ain't got this, I ain't got that, I ain't got this. You can't be complaining about every daggone thing, because these are the things that's taking place for you to be able to, be remoted to something a lot better in your life. But just being able to do that, I don't allow myself to settle. I don't have time for people disrespecting me. If I already see it's an argument, I close that partition of negativity down, and keep it over there, but just allow myself to self-validate, not worrying about what people think, if you understand me, if you believe me, or, do you take me seriously. It's all about how I validate myself. And I know between the changes of that, because I don't have as much as of, having toxic attachment type people in my life that is being heavy. I know when I first started, because it's not, I'm not trying to say it all is in other people, because there's things in me that I wasn't identifying with until I had to see it from the outside looking in on, this is what it looks like. It's nothing for you to place judgment on that person or look at them in a different way. We all deal and carry our wounds in different ways. And, and it's like me trying my best on a daily to not, name calling, like, oh gosh, that person got low self-esteem, and just go from a curb to a sidewalk, or somebody don't push the real slow button, and that slow button ain't even came on yet. It'd be certain things like that. But I have to allow myself to be compassionate and understanding, even though that person is just like wreaking havoc on toxic vibrations, or the situation's wreaking havoc on toxic vibrations. I cannot place a negative narrative on that person or in that situation, because it's a life-changing sequence in my life for the better. I had to be able to see it as that, even though it may be hard, but I allow myself to really see things. When I started seeing it, certain people that were in my life that caused different things, as well as in myself, it allows me to see where the lack is within that situation when it comes to other people. But I can allow myself to say, what, I was like that too. I'm still working on myself. There may be some, little residue lingering, but it's allowing me to take charge of my own life. You have charge of your own life. You're the one who has that key. You never should put your key of happiness in nobody else's hands. That is something that is very priceless. It is priceless. That is something very priceless and very sacred. You deserve to be happy. There's a lot of people that are dealing with their own wounds to where they just don't want to see no happiness coming to their in anybody's life but theirs. But the way that happiness comes to, especially the people I'm connected to for my situation, is on external attachments. And it's just like, if it's external, when you're placing your stuff in addictions, or you're placing your situation on materialistic things, those things tend to run out. If you're not working for those different situations in your life, I have to look at the things that, my monsters in my closet that caused my situation. It allowed me to change my persona on how I saw myself as being labeled as a victim to a victor that's overcoming so many hectic circumstances that was in my life. And I can just be grateful, because it's like situations that you go through, not, especially with mine, I can't say about yours, not a lot of people come out the same, not in a good way. At least I know with mine, it came out totally different. But my situation gave me a purpose. Everybody's situation gives them a purpose. It's just up to you to be able to see it as that. Because a lot of times we always try to ask ourselves, or we ask God, universe, whoever we worship to, why did these certain things have to take place in my life? Why did it have to be this way? Why does the world have to be cold? Why does it have to be mean? Anything like that. And you really try to understand situations, but you have to allow yourself to see it. Because a long time, all I did is just look at it one way: a hurtful way, a painful way, an anger way, a volatile way. Now I allow myself to see that painful trauma ignited the truth in me that I needed to acknowledge. Being able to find myself for who I truly am and love her to the fullest. Nurture her. I got to spoil my own self in that, because I lacked that growing up. From different experiences. My mom loved me with all her heart, but I didn't give her anything to really be proud of. I hear her say it a lot, God rest her soul. I hear her tell me a lot that she's really proud of me for all the changes that takes place. And I get so heavy in my emotions, because it's good to be able to hear my mom say that, because I really didn't give her much to be able to say those words to me. But I'm glad that I was able to make the changes within my life, not being able to allow myself to be shameful or embarrassed for certain things that I've done in my life. Just be able to learn from those situations, not allowing myself to hold that situation or anything painful in my heart, and be able to forgive myself, knowing myself from every aspect. The more I allow myself to clear, more nourishment of insight, of information comes to me. And then, it enhances my gifts. It enhances your gifts. A lot of times when we're going through things, it's hard for us to be able to see the good when you're so caught up in the bad for so long. And those are the things you have to allow yourself to know. Sometimes you have to redirect yourself. If you drive a stick, push that mess and get it out of neutral. Only neutral is when you got to go through that flow. But when you hit that point, to hit, you push down the clutch, your hands off the, push on the clutch, take your foot off the gas, and do that shift, and then go ahead and push the pedal to the metal. That's what you have to be able to do. There's so many different circumstances that, we are doing pure projection and reflection right now on many terms. Some people are working the best that they can, trying to be in that positive vibe. There's a lot of people that are unfolding. I think a lot of us are all on that same shift, just unfolding, finding ourselves, see what things that uplifts us, what things that put you in a depression, it puts you in a heaviness. Universe wants you to know you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be at peace. The situation we're guiding you towards, you're about to be compensated for it. So, we need you to get to that point. We need you to get excited for that, because a lot of times when you're facing a lot of things, it's hard for you to be excited. And I don't know, there's times I had tears in my eyes and said, what the hell is so happy about the situation I'm going through? That truth hits me like a brick to the face. It made me feel like Joe Pesci off of daggone Home Alone. And that movie just made my whole body hurt watching it. It was very funny, but like, one of them situations, and just really, damn. Does anybody know that movie? That what was his name? Mckoy Culkin whooped the heck out of them dudes. But it feels like that situation, except I ain't robbed no daggone toy store or anything like that. But with that situation, it makes me feel like, that is my life. You just got somebody, cutting the ladder, putting a lot of tar on the ground with nails sticking up in it, and got the knob, the doorknob hot, you trying to get up out of it. There's always like a booby trap in every situation. But this is how, we got our own empath obstacle course. We're going to get bumps and bruises. There are going to be sleepless nights. There are going to be some heavy moments. There'll be times where your body is tired, but your body's like, ready to go. But these are the things that are unfolding the truth of you. A lot of times you have to understand, if everything came to you positively, how would you know every aspect of yourself unless you had to have that moment of struggle? How would you know the truth within the depth of the deepness that takes place if you didn't feel lost and you were guided to take a different direction? You've been molded, you've been programmed. Oh Lord, I know I must be on a good subject, because all of a sudden that psychic tingle. We've been learning to unlearn. You're unprogramming yourself. You're allowing yourself to find within your own truth of yourself that has been embraced with so many multitudes. Oh my God. Woo, thank you. Okay. It's like we've been, as soon as I get like that, my nose start itching, my face start turning red and stuff like that. When I know you're like, you're on good subject. Thank you for the gift. Thank you. You're unprogramming yourself. Those are the different things that you are unfolding, that mask of pain, wounds, illusion, lies, pain, hurt, entrapment, whatever, entanglement, whatever you got. All these things are like chiseling away. It's like you have been this person that was stuck in this block, or a solid rock. And then you've been trying to chisel yourself out of that for so long because you felt suffocated. You felt like, you're cramped in a situation. Now it's allowing you to be able to, allow the leaves to fall from your trees, the mulch, whatever is going on, it's just like autumn leaves. There's a lot of branches that are there. There are some that just fly one way and then fly another. Those are the ones, it's just like, but the roots, as my ancestors say, the roots that's sticking down in that ground, be aware. Be very aware, because you're going through a process where you can pick and choose about who you want in your life. And I always tell my kids, as well, I remind myself, this is a situation where truth is it can be very brutal. Be very, very brutal. And this will show you the true intentions about yourself. What kind of resistance do you have to not play in that norm of illusions, to be dealing with drama and messiness, allowing yourself to know your worth, the love of yourself, and don't allow somebody to contradict you, or don't allow your feelings to change about how you feel about yourself in the most beautiful way, because other people can't see your worth. If they can't see it, heck, they probably can't see their own within themselves. So you got to send blessings towards that way, but cut them daggone bushes down. Okay. And then there's different things. During these processes, you will see the truth out of a lot of things. I always tell people, when you go through the darkest situation, people always want to be in that glow up of that process, but they don't want to be in that darkness of that progress. And that's the daggone time to see where you gonna fit in on my process. Because a lot of folks, I'll be like that little bear that, bye. You have to be able to do that, because I appreciate the ones who walked away when I needed them most, especially when I was there to support them night and day, tooth and nail, whatever. It took me a long time not to be angry. It took me a long time to not be bitter about that situation or be vengeful towards them, or, just wait until they come back, I'm going to go ahead and chop them off one. No, you don't do people how they do. You are not those people. Telling people how they treat you is how they see you, and how they see you is how they see themselves. So that should really tell you that is like a 3-step thing, but those are the things that shows you the true value of yourself. When I say my situation has gave me a big wake up call in so many different ways, because there's sometimes when I look at certain situations, certain objects, certain people, entities, at times I'm like, am I really going through this? this got to be, waiting for Ashton Kutcher to come out and just say you've been punked. Don't end up slapping the heck out of that dude and then keep on going and then laugh. I say, ha ha, that wasn't funny, But all those different things that's taking place in my life, that I can truly say that this has turned me around for the better. It allowed me to not entertain the narrative, allowing myself to really see when certain things are taking place, being able to understand not everybody has that same heart and mindset as you. Just because you have the conscience to know right from wrong and know what you won't do. Not every common sense ain't always common with certain people. You have to just understand it. No judgment, but I'm just saying, right now it's just a lot of things is being projected right now. A lot of people are moving forward. There's some people that's moving around in their purpose of positivity. They want to get all their pinnacles and get towards those accolades and going to the upper echelon and all that stuff. But then there are a lot of people, they're trying to cut corners. But then they start paying attention to things over here on this situation and over there with that situation, trying to micromanage everybody else, but then get clueless about themselves. Like, nah, I'm not listening to that truth. I don't want to deal with it. I'm ignoring it. Let me go ahead and let me get all my addictions right here. I'm gonna go ahead and deal with it all the kind of way I want to. Okay. And there's other people that go through that crying, going through the anger, going through the pissed offness, whatever you're going through. But you have to allow yourself to go through those things, because it's like when you're going through this, you're allowing yourself to go through that grieving period of what can no longer continue in your life. Being able to appreciate the truth on all people, because the fact is when you finally open that door to all possibilities, it was like you couldn't get that until all those people got out your life anyway. And when you kept it real and serious about yourself and what you were trying to do and bring up into your life, and you tell universe, I need you to help me do any and everything for me to get towards that next level. Please spotlight any and everybody that is going to be in my life that is going to keep me from getting my blessings. When I said folks start dropping down like flies, like I sprayed the raid, and it was like, no. Or people just, God make a rearrangement for different people. There would be people in my life wanting to smear stuff in my face. I said, baby, you got do you what you do you. Because even though you're trying to throw that in my face, is that being your blessing? Well, no, that ain't your blessing, because the way you're doing it, that's very devilish. But that was an opportunity for a blessing for me, because I always look at it from different ways. My situations is giving me strength. It is not easy. It is not easy for nothing that you're going through, but this wasn't supposed to be easy for you, because when you come out of this situation, when I say you're going to probably be like a Juggernaut, Street Fighter type Mortal Kombat situation, nobody ain't going to be able to touch you. It's just like when they hit you, like punch you, it's just going to be like they threw a grape at you and you be like, ow, kind of itched and tickle a little bit. It'll be a situation like that. But then when you look back and see all the situations you've been in, all the storms that you faced, one after another, you are allowing yourself to be planted. You have went in that darkness of soil to heal yourself, to mend yourself, hold yourself accountable, be accountable, and hold your responsibilities for your own actions, your own vibrations, your mistakes, your anger, your pain, but also your love, your nourishment, your appreciation, your gratitude. And then that seed is being nourished. You're hydrating yourself. You're speaking love into your frequency. You're speaking love into your energy, into your other plants, because we're all going through that motion of where we have been planted a long time, and you're going through all these different phases. And there's, in the pit of your stomach, you already know the best is waiting to come. The best is heading your way, and they want you to be able to be ready for that. And this is the way they're preparing you through that, for the heaviness. Because if it was just like, you have to understand, if you didn't have something very beautiful and valuable about to come knocking at your door saying hello, hi, The devil wouldn't be playing hard as hell in your life right about now. You wouldn't have enemies around every corner. You wouldn't have people mocking you and doubting you and trying to trigger you if they didn't see that you had something good. The devil will get people that are still focused on illusions, that wants to stay oppressed, that don't want to wake up. They want to stay like that. You can't do it. You're like, oh, let me act like I'm asleep. You know how you used to do your parents, like, I seen your eyes blinking, get up. You got to be able to get up. Let them be oppressed. Allow them to want to stay asleep. Hey, if you want a blanket, I'll leave the light on like I'm a daggone hotel. Okay, that's fine. I'll leave the light on for you. But I don't give wake up calls and Danish coffee and all that. Danish and coffee, I don't do all that. But I'm just saying, you allow yourself to send blessings that way, because some people are just not ready. You can't force anybody to be ready to step up to the plate and heal. But it gets to that point, you have to move out of that direction, because what comes on, that's an avalanche. Because universe is always going to show you. When you start ignoring the things that they telling you to do, stuff start hitting the fan. Stuff start hitting the fan when you're not allowing yourself to stay focused on what's important. Healing yourself, recognizing everything that you need to change, what you need to change, how you look at things, where your energy needs to be, where you need to stay focused at, where you need to break bread with, the cords you need to tear away, all those different things. But those are the things that you're going through right now. But there's also, the opposite. So it's just the fact is you only can be focused on you. Us being light workers, we drop that seed of knowledge. They have to be the one to serve, nourish that seed. That is not our job. It's not our job. You can give motivating speeches. You can give uplifting vibrations toward people. Give kind words. That's what you need to do. Because a lot of times when people are just needing that confirmation, am I alone? No, you're not alone. But a lot of people didn't get that support or that nourishment, from other people. So it's good to be able to tell somebody, hey, you got what it takes. You just have to be able to know everything that you want, desires, right after you pass fear, uncertainty, question, anything that holds back from you in a certain sequence, you no longer need it in. Some people go through that aggressive loop and don't want to go nowhere. And that's fine. They want all these different things to take place, but they're not willing to put in the work for it. I tell people real quick, you can't force a baby to walk when they still want to stay in that crawling stage. Add a little boo-boo to go over there and just crawl away. You got to do that. You have to be able to do that. But there's a lot of different things right now that people are going through. But as long as you're staying focused on your life, you send love and blessings to people, even to your enemies. Because I'm telling you, they're going through it worse than you are, because the fact is you're facing your stuff. They're fighting against it. That adds on too much. So you have to be able to send prayers towards them, and pray for them to, get out of the weakness and face with their strength to know they can get through it just like we did. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. In the next hour, come back. I'm doing a Heyoka live chat, and I would love to be able to connect with y'all for at least 90 minutes. So I would love to do that. I really enjoyed my last few times that I've done that with y'all. I know I used to do it a lot, so I'm about to bring that mess back right on back. So I would love to give you a post notification. Shout out to Demetria Williams, Lisa McDevitt, Michelle Richardson, and Christine Valerity. Much love to you. And Annie, much love to you as well. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Drop a line. I'll leave all my contact information in the description box below. It's all about spiritual networking. If you have questions or you want to share your empathic experience, or even if you have questions, I try my best to answer it. Whatever we speak on is confidential. If I can't tell you from my experience as well as my knowledge, I try to find the information to be able to give you a deeper understanding to go further down your path. I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible at every single thing you do. I hope whatever you're trying to manifest into your life comes triple time more than you ever expected, and comes sooner than you anticipated as well. Even through social distancing, give out love, like positivity, words, vibe, frequencies. You never know. All those people really take it a long way. And be safe. And I will see you on my next video. Much love. Peace.